In this episode of Mountain Bike Chronicles, we're in Italy for the second event of the UCI Downhill Tour. The demanding track in Val di Sole beckons only the best riders. Brooke McDonald fought his way up from the remote landscape of New Zealand to the forefront of the sport. And we show how robust mountain bike tires are manufactured. All this and more in another episode of Mountain Bike Chronicles. For 20-year-old Brooke McDonald, the sport has become a profession, but his relaxed approach has not changed.
Mountain biking to me is just having fun and tearing down hills and trying to win. It's a really big mental game, like kind of just find that having fun makes me ride better.
Since his early days in Hawke's Bay, New Zealand, it was Brooke's dream to make his passion into a profession.
Yeah, my career started when I was around 13, 14, and I just, had a friend who was mountain biking, and he started me on the mountain bikes. Just from there on, I just started shredding trails and riding skate parks, and then 2008, I come over to Europe and raced a few World Cups, and then come here for World Champs in 08.
His first mountain biking trip to Europe was where things really kicked off, when Brooke won the 2009 Junior World Championships. From that moment on, it was clear that to become a professional mountain biker, he'd be coming to Europe more often.
No, I don't feel pressure at all, because I feel like I've earned my way up there. I started off, I paid it all myself. I worked while I was home earning my money for my travel overseas, and then it feels good, like I've earned my way up there, and it's just getting better and better, so I'm happy.
Val di Sole's tranquil setting in Italy hosts the second venue of the UCI Downhill World Cup. The track, however, is anything but tranquil.
Val di Sole, it's a pretty well-known track, and it's known for being rough. It's hard on riders. It's basically, as soon as you get out of the start gate, it's full on the whole way to the finish. It's really steep here, lots of roots and rocks. You just have to mentally and physically be strong for it. We're, I'd say, maybe halfway down the course now. You're turning left, and the hill kind of slants to the right. So you're kind of crossing roots the whole way down. And you're now finished with the technical bits of the track, basically into the open. One last really tough left-hander, and a bit of pedaling to the finish.
The deadly downhill battle is about to commence in Italy. Aaron Gwynn is ahead after the qualifying session. His closest rival, Greg Minar, follows with second place. In their first race in South Africa, it was the other way around, as Aaron was overtaken at the last moment by Greg.
It's a good start to the season. I'm glad it was the opener, and it's definitely given me a good jump start to the rest of the season.
Minar takes an epic win on home soil.
Brooke McDonald looks back on a successful year.
Yeah, 2011 was my best year. I had a pretty solid season. I got 2 thirds and a 5th, which put me on the podium. And I had 3 top 10s, so it was pretty solid season. I was pretty stoked on that, so yeah, I can't complain.
In Scotland, Brooke shines for the first time and takes 3rd place with the best finish of his fledgling career. Strengthened with self-confidence, he travels to Canada. On the way, he makes a trip to New York before he continues to his next downhill encounter. He is on a roll, securing 3rd place in Mount St. Anne.
Mount St. Anne was my most favourite track race last year. It's just fast, open, and just who can hold on. Yeah, it's pretty cool to be, up there and be one of the fastest Kiwis out there, so it's sweet.
The spectators in Val di Sole are eagerly awaiting the second downhill race of the year. Cole Cameron has carefully considered the route and is fast in the technical sections. In the end, his line pays off and he takes the lead. G. Atherton of England wants to improve his 4th place overall ranking and has an explosive start. His aggression is rewarded and he seems unstoppable in his run to the top. Brooke McDonald has come a long way and storms off with a good start. In the central part, he's looking good, but he can't get a clean line through the technical passages. In the end, he can only manage a disappointing 15th place.
You know, if you have a bad result, you just got to put it behind you and move on to the next race. I've had that before where I just, you know, want to be back at home. Zealand is far from Europe, from where we race, but yeah, you can't go wrong. It's paradise there, and it's got really good riding, you know, trail riding, dirt jump, skate park. What you need, it's all there. So it's a pretty cool place to be.
He still has plenty of time to make a comeback in the rankings, but not enough time to visit home. His life is now dominated by race days, meaning he has to leave his home and spend most of the year traveling.
I travel with the MS Mondraker, so we've got 4 riders. We've got a pretty big team this year. We've got 12 people working in the team. You know, the riders are pretty serious, but you know, at the same time they're pretty cool people to hang out with.
Brooke enjoys spending time with his racing friends, but he knows he can never lose sight of his goal.
I want to be top 5. I definitely want to try get a World Cup win and yeah, just be consistent and have good races.
A key feature of a mountain bike are its tires. They absorb much of the shock. Their production requires many processes. First, natural and synthetic rubbers are mixed. After the addition of sulfur oils and waxes, so-called skins are produced. These are then heated again to produce the supporting structure of the tire, the carcass. Thereafter, it is strengthened by pressing tissue into a large rubber band, which serves as the lasting reinforcement. Simultaneously, the profile of the tread is injected. In the mounting machine, the carcass covered with the band is turned up and down as additional protection. Now the tire is constructed. The edges of the tread are reinforced by the band. The tire is then heated in a volcanic press. The profile of the tread is milled in a steel mold. The tire is baked at 180 degrees, which results in the chemical process of rubber. At the end, the tire is ready with its profile. After inspection, the tires are ready to roll. Back in Val di Sole, it goes into the decision. G. Atherton is located at the top. Mark Beaumont wants to oust him and attacks. G's line was better, especially in the technical sections. Beaumont's efforts are not enough to dethrone him. Greg Minard wants to expand his overall lead and makes it clear from the outset. He flies through the technical section. picks up speed towards the end. The result is first place. Aaron Gwynn is up as the last rider. From the start, he chooses the shortest path and leaves the technical sections perfectly. With ease, he overcomes the steep woods and accelerates in the lower part. With a lead of nearly 8 seconds, he wins the race in Val di Sole.
Yeah, it was good. Just solid run. I knew it was going to be tough, but I felt good all weekend. So it was just trying to put it together. You know, the track was really, really rough. I think the bottom minute, I was just sort of riding along for the ride. I didn't know what I was doing. I was just trying to hold on.
After the second event in Val di Sole, Aaron Gwynn is on top of the UCI rankings. In second place is Greg Menard, followed by G. Atherton. In the next episode of Mountain Bike Chronicles, we remain at the UCI World Cup Downhill. The third race will be held at Fort William in Scotland. G. Atherton of England is a member of a large mountain bike family who accompanied him on the tour. All this and more in the next episode of Mountain Bike Chronicles.